Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is 端午节, which is 端午节, which is also called Dragon Boat Festival. So I decided to make some characters inspired by the different foods we eat during these Chinese festivals. To celebrate this holiday because it is a very cool holiday, and I'm gonna tell you what we do in this holiday to kind of introduce this festival to all my international fans out there, or just kind of celebrate with any Hong Kongers or Chinese people out there. So this festival is called Dragon Boat Festival. So basically what we do to celebrate is we go dragon boat racing and we eat 粽子, which is what this you can see in the photo, what I'm referencing. That is what you eat. It's basically a sticky rice dumpling, and inside you put meat in it, and then you wrap it in like bamboo leaves. I'm not really good at cooking, so I think that is what it is. So to summarize the short story, the legend of it, so basically let me think. Okay, there are a lot of iterations of the story, but the main story is that there was this high up government official called What Yun, and basically from what I remember, like the government did not listen to him, and then he got really sad, so he jumped into the river and died. And then basically the people was like, why no, we love him. So in order for the fish to not eat his dead body, we throw these 粽子, so we throw these sticky rice dumplings into the ocean, so hopefully the fish will eat the dumplings instead of his dead body. But I don't know if people actually throw the 粽子into the rivers nowadays, but that is the tale of Dragon Boat Festival from my memory. So that is basically it. And I've actually been dragon boat racing in the past. Our school had an activity. It was kind of fun. It was kind of really tiring too, especially because you have such a repetitive motion and the pedal's kind of really heavy for me, because I'm not a strength person. I'm more a cardio, running, dancing girl. So that's the story, and I'm gonna tell you about the character design now. So I kind of wanted to go when I'm designing characters in general, I usually go and look at the silhouette and make sure the silhouette really stands out, because that's really important. And when I took a lot of online courses, especially from the Colored Summer School, they told us to like start character designing based on like shapes and silhouettes and see how exaggerated you can get, and then design from there. So that's why in the beginning you can see I did a little bit thumbnails, and then afterwards I'd figure out a shape. I was going for the same triangular shape that it is used to make these, that the dumpling is. So is it dumpling? It is a dumpling, right? So basically I was trying to go for the same triangular shape to represent that, and then the hair is obviously the same color as the leaf. And I also drew her kind of in like a magical girl question mark kind of way, with the petal as her staff. And basically I really like creating characters and cute things. So her ability is like water bending, like manipulating water, because she's like Dragon Boat Festival girl. I haven't really thought about the name of her yet, but she is inspired by 粽子, as you can tell from earlier. And she also has this little dragon pet friend, because you know it's a dragon boat, and there's obviously a dragon on the dragon boat. Oh, and usually when we wrap, we use a string to wrap the leaf around the rice, so that's why her belt is like the same type of string. And then at the bottom, she's wearing the water shoes, because you know I kind of went for like the type of dragon boat uniform, because like she's like, I wanted to go for like a sportsy feel, because dragon boat racing is kind of is a sport. So like that's kind of it. Any thoughts? Also been wanting to work on this like chibi-ish style for more of a while, because I have a running joke, or I keep telling myself that I have way too many art styles, but I want to have a few that I draw more in, or it's more recognizable, and I want this chibi style to be one of them. Oh, and her paddle thing, there's also a small 种子 drawing on it, so I thought that was pretty cute. And then at the end, I really like using the sharpen tool in Procreate, and then I also added a lot of shading. For me, I really love texture, especially it's like contrasting like how my character, the drawing style is very 2D compared to the textures, which make his like stand out and pop up more, and that's what I'm going for. And now I'm just adding a bit of highlights and make things more three-dimensional to her. Yeah, so that's how I did my first character. Okay, so the second character, it's mooncakes. If you don't know, custard mooncakes is actually one of my favorite foods of all time, but they're only here like once every year during like August and September when our Mid-Autumn Festival is. So mooncake is, as I said, what we eat during Mid-Autumn Festival, and this festival basically is when we celebrate full moon and all about the moon. I really like this holiday, mostly because of the mooncakes. And funny story, actually no, it's not a funny story. Well, the story legend goes is that people a long time ago, these government officials would like sneak messages into the mooncakes to their other friends, about like the war or stuff. Yeah, I'm such a good storyteller, am I right? And what we do to celebrate this festival is that we play with lanterns, and I used to do this so much. I would like make paper lanterns, or I would like make beaded lanterns, or I would go out to buy lanterns of my favorite like cartoon characters, and then you would just run around in the park while you stare at the moon. And then there's also these glow sticks, the ones where you like pop, like you break it in half and it starts glowing, and it lasts for a while because of like the chemical liquid, whatever that's inside. And then we would play with those, and we have like necklaces and stuff, and then we eat mooncakes together, and you just run around with your friends, and it's like a very wholesome time. And I kind of miss being a kid and celebrating all these festivals, because I feel like when I'm older I like care less about these holidays, so it's like a nice memory, I guess. So yeah, that's what we celebrate. And then as for the story of Mid-Autumn Festival, there are many variations of the story, but the one I know is that there was a king, and then there was a king, and I'm pretty sure he is the same king. There's another story, but basically he shot there was 9 suns. I forgot how many suns there were, but there were a lot of suns in the sky, and then he shot down all the suns except for one, so people would be less hot and not die from heat. And then everyone crowned him king, and then his wife was called Chang'e, and basically when he got gifted king, he was also gifted this eternal living pill, and then it was meant for the king, but Chang'e stole it and ate it because she wanted to be immortal. And then she flew to the moon afterwards because apparently the pill was not meant for her. And then she found a rabbit there in the moon, and then she became the spirit of the moon. Yeah, that's the story. There are probably many variations of this, and my memory may not be serving me right too, so yeah, but that's the general gist of it. Yeah, so I went for a more classy look for mooncakes, because mooncakes is more of an more expensive and exquisite treat, I guess. A lot of hotels make them, the really 5-star hotels in Hong Kong, they produce mooncakes, and mooncakes are just in general more expensive, so that's why I was going for this more classy look. And then there's the scarf around her is the same one Chang'e wears, and then the rabbit is the same rabbit Chang'e is friends with. I don't know, rabbits are just a common theme in Mid-Autumn Festival. And then the lantern is just a classic paper lantern, and it's her wand basically, and her ability is controlling the moon and moon powers and stuff. Creating characters is so fun. This kind of reminds me, as a kid I would make cookie run OCs. Yeah, that was I had a line cookie run, and I would design so many cookies because I was quirky. So yeah, that's the story. And with my character inspo. And then as for the dress, I was going for the same like pattern and texture as like the mooncake crust, the kind of yellowish brownish color, like the goldish color. So yeah, that was pretty fun, and I really enjoy the design for the bougie look, and the headband also looks like a moon, like the shape as in. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, as for my last character, it is niangao, which is the New Year cake. And this cake is made out of glutinous rice flour, and it's really good. It's sweet and it's amazing. My grandma makes it every year. It's great. Anyways, so on this day we celebrate, it was mostly for family members, and we're really into like the family community spirit, and all your relatives are meant to come together and eat dinner together. And also the most important thing is 拜年, which is like giving your blessings to your family members, relatives, and especially the elderly. So you just give them, pay your respects, and you bow, and then you also have to memorize a lot of different blessings, which are like 4 Chinese characters. And then yeah, there's a joke, the more you memorize, like the more money you'll get. So basically it's one of my favorite holidays because it's where I get my pocket money from. Anyways, the origin story for a Chinese New Year is basically there's this beast called Nian, and he was terrorizing the villagers back in the days. And then people realized and was like, oh, you know, let's wear red to scare him off. And it actually worked. And then they also used these paozheng. What are they called in English? These firecrackers. Yes, firecrackers. And then that also scared the beast away, and then the villagers lived happily ever after, which is why in Chinese New Year we wear a lot of red, and there's a lot of red and pouch and firecrackers and really loud noises and loud music going on to scare away the beast. Yeah, overall this is one of my favorite holidays. And it's also like a time for me and my family to have like celebration, because our family, like my family especially, we don't really like always the whole family sit down together and have dinner together. We're that type of family, especially our extended family. But yeah, it was really fun, and I also get to eat a lot of good food, especially prepared by my grandma, which is great. Yeah, so that is the story of Chinese New Year, and basically the power of the person I'm drawing. She's wearing a qipao, which is what we wear during Chinese New Year, and I kind of made her dress more like a niangao shape, and then she has red packets around her because her ability is to give people free money, free lacy to everyone. And then the patterns of her dress kind of simulate like the texture of a niangao, but in like flower form, and her buns are kind of represent the little thingy on top of the niangao, and you know, Chinese people, or the stereotypical is like we're in like buns. So yeah, that is the end of this character designing journey. I hope you guys liked it, and to my Chinese peeps out there, 端午节快乐, 端午节快乐, and to my international peeps out there, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you learned a little something new about my culture, because I really like sharing my culture, and hopefully you guys find it interesting. And if you can, try the food. It's really good. Like, the food is amazing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys like the series, because I actually really like designing characters, and I kind of want to do more in the future. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.